We have our physical health, we have our mental health, we have our spiritual health, our financial health, our social health, and as artists we also have our creative health. And we need to look after all of these, and without one, they all take a hit. If we don't have our physical health and we can't move about freely, we can't, work out our body, our mental health is going to take a toll. Even our financial health will take a toll, as we won't able to go out and work. Without our social health, our mental health and our spiritual health will go down as well, because we aren't able to connect with others, share experiences, and learn off each other. So we need to look after all different aspects of our health for everything to be in harmony together. But above all of those different aspects of health that I've described, I believe that our spiritual health is the most important. And if we fix our spiritual health, all of the aspects are able to be more healthier. If we have the spirit of discipline, if we have the spirit of meditating and connecting to the source and connecting to our higher selves, we are able to go out into the world and get these good workouts in, be mentally and intellectually harmonious with the world, and understand what's going on and express ourselves thoroughly. Our financial health will increase with our spiritual health, because we're able to go out into the world and draw to us what we need. Our social health will go up as well, as we're able to connect to people on a soulful level. I think our spiritual health ties very closely to our creative health. For if we are overindulging into the things of the world, we cut ourselves off to the spiritual source that we have as creatives, that give us inspiration, motivation, that give us the discipline to sit down and to write, to sit down and to paint, to sit down and think up great ideas to put down as creatives. So for me, I had to cut off a lot of things in my life from the world that felt good in the moment, but it wasn't good to my overall creative lifestyle that I wanted to live. If I was smoking too much weed in the studio, I would just get too high. If I was drinking, that's not good at all for anything really. You're not thinking, it's lowering your consciousness and it's lowering your vibration. If I'm going out and chasing things of the world, it's taking away more time from me actually putting down ideas and thinking up ideas and being creative as a person. So we need to look after our spiritual health in order to be the highest versions of creators that we can be on this earth. And the more in touch we are with our soul and the higher source, the better and more fluid our art will be. Some ways we can get more in touch with our higher selves are through meditation and prayer, contemplation and healing. Meditating on and visualizing things that we want to bring about in life, mixing that with positive emotion is the best way for me that I've found to manifest things on this earth. To pray to God to give you inspiration, and to pray to God to help you make the right decisions in your art. I think if you believe in that source, it gives you an extra layer of strength as you go and create. And people might not believe or might not be with what you're doing, but knowing that you have the higher power behind you as you push through any obstacle that we face as creatives, he'll help you see your art through and give you blessings if you truly believe that and you're open to his energy and source. So just like our physical health, we have our body as our instrument that we use to run, to jump, to tackle people if we're playing rugby. We have, as creatives, we have our instrument too. We have our hands if we paint. We have our voice if we sing. We have our body if we're dancers. And we have our minds as well that we use to put ideas together. So understanding our instruments is very important for our creative health. Knowing some stretches even. If you're a painter, doing some stretches, if you're going to go in, put some hours of work in, knowing, how to warm up your body and how to get it going, getting it loose, so you're not, overdoing your wrists, overdoing your arm muscles. My mum used to be a journalist back in the days, and she was on the keyboard all day. Well, not all day, but she was on there for like a long periods of time. And she ended up getting pains in her wrist that ended up stopping her from being a journalist in her younger years. So I think it's very important that we understand that there is overuse injuries within the creative realm, and a lot of us are ambitious and we want to work hard, but I think it's important to know our bodies, to know our voice boxes, to know how to look after ourselves. So if you do a bit of research into whatever creative work that you're in, know how to look after your voice. Not drinking ice cold water before you go and perform, or going and put some verses down, doing some stretches, before you do some painting and before you dance. I think these are things are important for our long-term creative health. I think also learning yourself and knowing how you work is very important for your creative health. Some people are able to work 10, 12 hours on a project all day. Some are better off working, 1 hour at a time, having a break, another hour, having a break. So I think through the creative journey that we all experience how our minds and our spirits and our bodies work as we create, and everyone works differently. So becoming more in tune with yourself and understanding how you work, and making your own creative schedule around how you want to do it and what works for you, and picking lessons up off other people and seeing if they work for you. If they don't, then just move on. So learn yourself, know when to take breaks. For me personally, I like to work. It's always different, I guess, depending on my energy, but for the most part, I like to work in 1 to 2 hour blocks, then have a break, step back. I might do some writing for an hour, then try laying down a verse for half an hour, and then, be listening to a song for, another 20 minutes or so, just to see, where the song's going, and then I'll have a break. And depending on my energy levels, like I said, I might even take a nap in between my next creative session. And that's for me. I like to do my 15-minute naps in between sessions. And so yeah, it comes down to knowing yourself. And some people aren't nappers, and some people love to nap, and it really works for them. And I'm one of those people for sure. So yeah, have your breaks when you need to, recharge, heal your body, heal your mind, and come back fresh to your canvas and come back fresh to the page. And you'll be feeling more fresh to get those ideas out. So yeah, overall, just understand that we do have our creative health, and that we do need to look after it. And if we don't have other aspects of our lives in order, it will take a toll on our creative health. If we don't have our finances right, we won't have the money to buy our time back to be able to create. If we don't have our spirit right, we won't have the discipline to sit down. We won't be connected to that source. If we don't have social connections and people supporting us, then I think, we aren't able to progress as far as humans, because we're social beings and we all need connection. So know your instrument, know yourself, know the art that you work in, and know when to take your breaks. And, you can see yourself and your creative career go further if you look after yourself and all different aspects of your life, and you try and keep things as harmonious as possible.